Now we are going to see a very interesting theory, which is a person-job fit and person-organizational fit. And this theory has been developed by John Holland, who was thinking about it this way. Why some persons fit some positions or some jobs, and why some people simply do not. And as well, why some people are more attracted to certain organizations than other people. And then the relationships can be vice versa. Why people who are creating some job positions are searching for a specific kinds of persons, and then why some organizations are searching for specific kind of people. So his theory is pretty straightforward. There are two definitions. The first one is about the person job fit, and another one is about person organization fit. So let's take a look. Person job fit is the satisfaction and propensity to leave a position depend on how well individuals match their personalities to a job. So as you can see, we are going to match together two things: our personality and the job we are looking at. And now John Holland has made a stratification into some sort of a hexagon. We can call it for now a hexagon. And you can see we have 6 types of a people. We have a realistic people, and let me just change my brush. So we have realistic people, then we have investigative, then we have social, then we have conventional, enterprising, and finally we have artistic. Now all of these we can see on our hexagon, and there is a very nice logic within this hexagon. As you will see, the positions or the people who are next to it, the types, are very similar. So realistic type is very similar to investigative type. Then as well, investigative type is very similar to artistic type. However, when we look diagonally, we will see that these are the most differentiated types or the positions. So that realistic people are very different from a social people regarding the job positions. So let's take a look at these specifically. So the realistic people prefers physical activities that require skill, strength and coordination. Well, what would be the congruent occupation? Where would you like to employ such person? Mechanic, drill press operator, assembly line worker or farmer. That makes a really lot of a sense. So these kind of persons are going to fit these kinds of positions. Then we have investigative, prefers activities that involve thinking, organizing and understanding. These people should be biologists, economists, mathematician, news reporter. Now when we have made these two, we have realistic and investigative. Let's take a look at our hexagon. So realistic we have right over here, and investigative we have just next to it. So according to John Holland's definition, these two types should be quite similar. So we are right over here, and these two should be quite similar. Let's continue, maybe we'll find something interesting. Then we have social, prefers activities that involve helping and developing others, which would be social worker, teacher, counselor, clinical psychologist. Well, social people are right over here, or social type of a personality, which is right over here. And we see that this is exactly opposite to realistic people. So there should be the largest difference between these two. So let's take a look at the congruent occupations between these two. So now we are looking at these two. There should be quite a significant difference. So on one hand, we have mechanics, drill press operators, assembly line workers, farmers, and here we have social worker, teacher, counselor, and clinical psychologist. So as you can see, according to the theory, these two types and these two congruent occupations are very different. Then the final 3, let's take a brief look. Then we have conventional people who prefers rule-regulated, orderly and unambiguous activities, which would be accountant, corporate manager, bank teller or file clerk. And finally, we have enterprising and artistic people. And I really would like to encourage you to take a closer look at this theory, because at least from my perspective, it's really interesting. And now also John Holland continued and took a wider perspective and he moved from person job fit to a person organization fit. So now we are looking at a person and a specific kind of job. Now what about a person and some organization? People are attracted to and selected by, here you see the vice versa relationship. So persons are attracted to and then as well selected by organizations that match their values, and leave organizations that are incompatible with their personalities. So we really can see it. Let's say that we have a realistic person. We have a realistic person who would like to join some biology company and would like to become a biologist. On one hand, this type of person will not be interested in that sort of a position, and as well this company will not be interested in such type of a person. So that was a person job fit and person organization fit.